What up, you weirdos? Dave here, and I like knives. Here to talk to you about the SOG PowerPlay. We have a main blade on this multi-tool of 2 3/4 inches, an overall length of 4 1/4, a light adjustment of approximately 2 seconds, a width of 1 1/2, a depth of almost an inch, and a weight of I wrote 4 ounces, but there's no way that's true. I must have gotten that from SOG's website. I'd say probably 4 or 5. This feels a little bit heavier than that. Not terrible, certainly, but it ain't 4 ounces. The main blade has a steel, presumably the serrated blade as well, but I don't know that, of 5 CR13 MOV steel. So that is not high quality. That is certainly a very budget steel, but whatever. Good blades. I like this blade shape. It deploys very easily. The locks I have an issue with, but I'll get there at some point. The whole point of this one is the power play is that the blades are accessible from the outside. So you have a main blade on that side and a serrated on the flip side, both accessible from the one-handed from the outside. And they are good. I like the blade shape. They feel certainly strong enough. Good serrated blade does cut through cardboard. I have taken this out in the woods with me a couple times. Good saw, good blades, great pliers. Interesting outside selection. I'm going to get into the things about this that confuse me before I give a good and bad. I'll give an overall tool set first. Outside we have main blade, obviously can opener with the little bitty screwdriver. Phillips head, which is 3D. A serrated and a medium flathead with the bottle opener. On the inside, we have nail pulls that aren't great. Inside tool deployment and outside actually is very stiff. It does take a little bit to work with. We have a very good file, 3-sided, fine, grooving, and the coarse one. We have a big flathead. It was not this stiff earlier. That's weird. A big flathead, a little tiny micro flathead, a very sharp awl that I would not appreciate very much being stabbed with. That is sharp. And an excellent saw that does do the ramping thingy. Double-toothed, very aggressive, very, very good saw. I have used this. It's good. I can attest to that. It was not this stiff. That confuses me. Okay, my question is, and this isn't a complaint or anything, I'm just kind of wondering why the can opener is on the outside. It's not a complaint. It's not a very big question. I did use this. It's a little chipped and bent. The tip is so thin and precise that it suffers from a little bit of weakness. Plus, I misused it breaking open a rusted through lock. It did work well for that though. So I'm kind of wondering why that's on the outside and maybe the awl or the big flathead isn't. Just seems like this isn't something that you would need to access quickly, and these are something that you would want to have quicker access to, I suppose. None of that matters. Just a question for me. Also, the micro flathead, that's not anything that I care about, not even a little. So I wish that weren't there. Maybe we could switch up the system a little bit, get some scissors in here. But that's not a big deal for me. Let's get to the things that I love. We have the compound leverage, the gears that everyone knows about, which means that you can squeeze real good, Very precise tip. Good scissor style wire cutters with the hard wire cutters. And the handles are curved, so very ergonomic, so you can get real good squeezy on there. Great opening. This is something that SOG definitely has over Leatherman because of the compound, because of the gears. This is very hard to do in this style because I don't have much space here. Ow! Because of the outside blades, I don't figure you risk this as much with the power lock. There we go. The power assist, I think, is just this, but with an assisted blade. The power lock, everything is on the inside. So you wouldn't bash your knuckles as much as you do on this. All right. Ow! There we go. I did it in one flick, and I was able to close it in mostly one flick. This is very easy to do when you can move without hitting the camera. Unfortunately, that does take quite a bit. I have pumped gallons and gallons of grease into here. Some of the stuff that I use is actually still here on the back. When I first got it, it was ridiculously stiff, and it took several basketball games just sitting there playing with it before it would move this smoothly. So if you get it and it doesn't work like everyone's in the videos where they're all flipping it and they're loving it and it's cool and whatnot, just be patient, work with it. It'll get there eventually. Great sheath. I'll go there next. I love this thing. The tool fits neatly in there. You have an extra pocket. This comes in two versions, one with a molded plastic sheath, which just comes with the tool and fits it very snugly. And if you see the nylon pouch with hex set, that's what this is. So we have a full hex set. We have a 1/4 inch adapter that doesn't work with this tool, but it's always good to have on you because it does work with a lot of stuff. I know most Gerbers use or have the ability to use this. We have set of Phillips, set of flathead, set of hex, set of Torx, and a few, I don't know what the hexagons are called, a few hexagons as well. And they all fit very snugly in this little packet, slip nice and neat into that pocket. And if you don't want to carry this around, I'm sure you can find a flashlight big enough to justify that pouch. This is a microstream, it's tiny. But in a survival situation, it is possible to use it for other things. What I like back here, I have some mixed emotions. I like that the button is below the last horizontal strap, so you can slip the strap in behind this. On my makeshift pouches, which I will reach right now and scream into the mic very professionally. On my makeshift pouches, the button is on the horizontal pouch, so you can't slip it behind and cut off the wiggling even more. On this, it is, so points there. It is a long strap. You can choke down on either one of these sides or both. That's good. I have two major complaints about this, and only two. I don't like Velcro, but this is good Velcro. Not a big fan of soft nylon, but this feels very durably soft, very durable. So both of those are solid. What I don't like is that this horizontal strap is, what is that? Do I have my little tape measures across the room? This might be 1 inch wide, but I have 1.5 inch, 2 inch belt. So unfortunately, leaving it this long, that's a lot of length, and that bothers me, and it hits me in the leg. Not too big a deal, but I do feel it. So I had the thought if I were able to place it horizontally on my belt, that would be better. And it would be, but I can't do that because these are so dang thin. They are not wide at all. So if you typically carry your tools like that, be aware of that. I'm not sure what what the plastic sheath, I think that one is able to be placed horizontally on your belt. I don't know though. My last is this plastic snap right here. Now, it hasn't failed me yet. It hasn't shown any sign of that, but the fact of the matter is that that is plastic. It feels very dense, but I don't like that. It makes it feel cheap, makes it feel less secure. It snaps good and solid. It's hard to get off. It's good. It's fine. I just don't like that. I wish that had been made metal. I'm sure there's a reason for that, and I wouldn't expect that it's all cutting down on cost. That's just my personal discomfort. Full bit set, good file, saw all, can opener, blah, blah, blah. Needs TLC. What I was talking about with the pump and grease in here and playing with it till it loves you back. All that is very true. And I put bad locks on here, but it might just actually be another case of me needing to give it some love and attention. The way that every tool locks, and there's a little bit of rock in there, but honestly that's to be expected in a full-size multi-tool. The way that it unlocks is this little piston here, or SOG has called it on other tools, on other knives. You push that up, and it disengages. The problem is that this little nub here hooks into this back plate. So this is technically a back lock, but both sides do. So you actually have to push both up to get that to disengage. Can you see that? There we go. You can see that a little bit, hopefully. My problem is that pushing just the one side up doesn't easily disengage it. You have to cram your thumb. You have to cram your thumb up in there and break your finger pushing it down. It's easier just to do it. This is very difficult to close one-handed. That's what I'm saying. Making a fool of myself while saying it, but that's what I'm saying. It is meant for one-handed close, but that is not possible for me. Might just be because I have little lady thumbs, but I don't know. SOG sells this for $94, which is hilarious, as usual. Knife Center sells this for $70, Amazon for $64, Academy for $70. This is something that, the Reactor did this too, and I blasted it for this, but since now that I have a tool where it works, might as well talk about it. The screwdriver, there are magnets in there, you squeeze it, the driver isn't moving anywhere, and you use this to do it. This uses standard 1/4-inch hex bits, so anything works with it, and the screwdriver is excellent. I hated the Reactor for this very thing. I love the PowerPlay for this very thing. So on the Reactor, that system is trash because it's just too small, but on the bigger size tools, the power assist, the play, the grab, the access, blah, 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 I expect that all to be solid. So, getting back to whatever I was talking about. This is a tool that I've had my eye on for a long, long time. I've been setting aside money to get it from Academy. This was a bit of a grail of mine, and I like it. I love that I have it. I wish I had been able to get it for cheaper. I have a history of going into Academy, finding tools with damaged packaging and getting them on the cheap. I wasn't able to do that with this one. 94 is hilarious. 70, if you are going to buy one tool and have it for the rest of your life, I can understand justifying $70 for this. If you're just adding it to your collection, maybe not. Um, but this is a good tool. Between this and the Wave, excuse me, which retails about $10 more, I would suggest going with that one. But if you're on that strict a budget, I can understand this. That would have the Dave approval because you care what I think. So out of 10 stars, I give this a yeah. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please let me know below. Other than that, have a great day.